If you have a service-based business and you want to attract inbound leads to your business through your website that not only close higher, but mean that you can focus more time on running the business rather than generating leads, then this video is for you. Because I'm going to detail my 9-step process to get service-based businesses more leads on Google search engines without spending a single penny on Google ads. This is the exact process that I took a photographer in Nashville from page 3 of Google to position 2 on Google, getting them over 100 potential leads coming to their website every single month. The owner of their business described it as the best professional experience in 12 years of running their business. So if I were you, I would stick along, watch this video and apply it to your service-based business, because I'm extremely confident that if you follow these steps to a T, you're going to start generating more inbound leads. And of course, if you'd rather my expert team just do it for you, feel free to book a discovery call in the first link in the description. But without further ado, let's walk through this 9-step process. And just a little bit of context, this process is to do with SEO, search engine optimization, which is the process of improving your website and your digital presence to become more visible on search engines. If we can become more visible for things your target customers search for when they're looking for your service, then we're going to generate inbound leads and ultimately get more revenue for our business for people actually looking for our service, which, believe me, is a dream for a business owner, because you're just going to be picking up the phone, speaking to people that are actually looking for what you do. And moving into the first step, this is actually keyword research, which is finding those search terms that your target customers search when they're looking for the service that you provide in your local area. Now, the benefit for service-based businesses, fortunately, there's a general format that you need to follow. First of all, the service that you provide, such as website design, plumbing, HVAC services, photography, or whatever service that you provide, and then the niche that you provide it in. And that niche is either going to be the industry, local area, or some sort of area that you specifically focus on. So for example, I provide SEO services for service-based businesses, so it would be SEO services for service-based businesses. Let's say, for example, you're the client that I was speaking about before. They're a boudoir photographer, so their keyword is boudoir photography Nashville. And all you need to do, as I mentioned, is get the service you provide and then the niche that you're in, and that is going to be the main keyword that you want to rank for. In order to provide you a bit of an example for what this looks like, as you can see, this is a keyword research tool, and you can see I've put in boudoir photography Nashville, and you can see that 450 people searched for that per month. Another example is Squarespace SEO services, and you can see 60 people search for that per month. And then you've also got HVAC services New York, which again, it all follows a structure. And then the final example, the service that you provide, and then the niche that you're in. So for whatever business you're in, apply this process, and you're probably, without the use of keyword research tools, going to find the keywords that people are searching for. So now you've got an idea of the keywords that target customers are searching for when they're looking for your service. Now I want you to move to step 2 of this 9-step process, which is keyword research. You probably know a number of competitors in your local area, but now what I want you to focus on is your organic competitors, i.e. these are competitors that are ranking on Google for that keyword that you just identified. And the reason that this is so important is because these are ultimately the competitors that you want to knock off the pedestal. They're the one that's currently getting all the inbound leads, all the inbound customers through Google. So what I want you to do is type the keyword into Google and pay close attention to the competitors that are ranking on Google. For example, if I was looking to rank for HVAC services New York, what I would be doing is paying close attention to the competitors that are ranking on this Google Maps. As you can see here, I'd be looking at how many 5-star reviews they've got. I'd be looking at how they've filled out their information on here. And then I'd go through all the pages that rank on Google's organic search results, taking a look at their website, looking at the sort of things that they're including, where they place that keyword, and anything that they're doing that you're not. Because if they're ranking higher up on Google than you, and they've got things on their website that you haven't, then it's probably a correct assumption to make that those are the things that are helping them rank higher up on Google. And remember, great artists steal, and if you really want to be getting higher up on Google search engines, one of the best things to do is look at what those top competitors are doing and replicate it and do better than it on your website. So now that you've got an idea of the keywords that you want to rank for and you've identified the competitors that you need to beat, the third thing that I want you to do is set up your Google My Business profile. And your Google My Business profile is essentially the listing that can show on this map result, as you can see here. And this is literally a gold mine for local businesses, because whenever someone searches a service locally, you'll see the first thing that shows up is this Google map pack at the top of here. So if you're a service-based business and you want to attract leads locally, you need to make sure that your Google My Business is set up completely with your social media profile links, with the correct business opening hours, your telephone number, everything to make sure that your listing is optimized and your target customers can find everything that they need when it comes to working with you. It's super, super easy to set up your Google My Business profile. All I want you to do is search Google My Business account, sign up for business profile, and create a service-based business. Go through all of the steps. It may require a verification process. And when you've fully got everything set up, as long as you're connected to the right Google account, when you type in your business name, you're gonna see this dashboard here, which is essentially going to allow you to edit your profile, as you can see here. So please make sure that every single piece of information is filled in, including social media profiles, which is actually a new feature that has been added to Google My Business. So if you're going to do absolutely anything after watching this video, make sure you set up your Google My Business profile, ensure that absolutely every single field is filled in, and make sure your business is visible when you type in that main keyword that you want to rank for. But now we've gone through steps 1 to 3, we're now going to focus on the 4th step, which is making sure that you have a web page on your website that is specifically targeted at the service that you provide. You'd be blown away at how many service-based businesses that I deal with that don't even have a page on their website that is specifically designed to showcase and rank for the service that they provide in their local area. So please go through your website and make sure that you have a web page on your site that is dedicated to that service. Because believe it or not, you shouldn't just have a contact us page, because ultimately people are going to need to find about your product or service, and you've got no chance of ranking locally for the search terms target customers search for on organic search results. So make sure that you've got a page set up on your website for that particular service, because that's going to be super helpful when it comes to step 6. But before we get to that, I just want to start off by going through step 5, which is creating blog content on your website about your local area and the pain points target customers face. Because believe it or not, on average, only 3% of target customers are ready to buy from you right now, which means only 3% of your target customers in your local area are looking to hire you for your services right now, which means there's a whole 97% of people that are in your local area which could be potential customers at some point in the future. So if you can grab their attention before they're ready to hire your services, it means you're going to be front of mind when they finally come to needing those services. So make sure you're writing blog content on your website to attract those people. And the main things that work for local service-based businesses is writing helpful information about the local area, and as I've already mentioned, writing about the pains and the challenges that your target customers face before they decide to work with you. And this is super important because it means you'll be able to rank for keywords that people search for before they're in that 3%, i.e. they're ready to buy from you. On top of that, it's also really important because SEO for service-based businesses can be really competitive. And if you write about topics that are around this service, you're going to show to Google that you're an expert within that topic, which boosts something called your topical authority, which is shown to Google that you're an expert. So if you want to rank for the keywords that you found in step 1, you need to make sure that you follow step 5 by writing local content and content that provides solutions to pain points target customers search, because that means they'll find you before they're ready to buy, and Google will see you're an expert, which means you'll be more likely to rank for competitive keywords, which ultimately generate leads and revenue. Now moving on to step 6, this is on-page SEO. And on-page SEO is basically following search engine optimization best practices on your website to make sure you can communicate to Google the keyword that you want to rank for. Fortunately for service-based businesses, there's a very easy to follow checklist that I'm going to give to you now. So make sure you're noting this down, because again, this is something super actionable that you can go away from and apply to your business. Now, what I want you to do is find the main keyword that you want to rank for that we got in step 1. And I want you to place that keyword in the SEO title of your website, in the SEO description, in the heading, first 100 words in one subheading, and once every 1 to 200 words on the page that you want to rank for that service. And don't worry, I've got an example for you now. So for example, this is one of my clients and they wanted to rank for boudoir photography, Nashville. So we included that keyword in the SEO title, which you can see here. We included it in the SEO description, as you can see here. And then moving across to their website, you can see we also included it in the header, first 100 words. And then as you go down the web page, we also include at least one subheading and then once every 1 to 200 words. And again, this is going to help you communicate to Google the keyword that you want to rank for. And even though it might seem like common sense when I explain it now, but if you don't put those keywords in main pages on the web page that you want to rank, how is Google going to know that you need to be ranking for that keyword? So make it extremely obvious, follow those steps that I've just given you, and I'm very confident that you're going to notice a big difference in how you're ranking locally for that keyword that's going to generate you leads and revenue. So now you know what to do when it comes to placing your keywords in the right place. I also want you to check these 5 things. First of all, have you got a clear call to action on your website? When someone lands on your web page, is it very clear what you want them to do? Is there a get in touch button? Is your phone number super clear? Because believe it or not, if it isn't, if it's not optimized for conversions and people don't know what to do when they get on your website, you're gonna have a high bounce rate, i.e. you're gonna have a high number of people that land on the website and then leave, which Google is going to see and then rank you lower. The second thing that I want you to do is make sure that on your website, you've got a very, very clear service area that you serve. I want you to make it super clear the areas that you serve, whether it's locally or within a specific niche, because again, you need to make it clear to users and to Google the niche that you want to rank in. Thirdly, I want you to embed your Google reviews on your website. As you can see here, I've embedded Google reviews on one of my business's websites, and this is really important because it not only helps with conversion rate optimization, but Google also sees that you've got Google reviews tied to this website, which helps you rank higher. If you use the right plugin as well, you can also get your reviews to show up on Google here, which again improves click-through rates and rankings. Fourthly, what I want you to do is get your website in one of your target customers' hands and just watch them use it. Because believe it or not, one of the best ways to learn how to improve your website is just get one of your current or potential customers, just ask them for 5 minutes of their time in return for a Starbucks gift voucher, just to watch them use your website. And this is going to help uncover some potentially bad user experience related issues on your website, buttons that might need to be moved, or text that is slightly confusing. And then fifth and finally, what I want you to do on your website, and particularly on the page that you want to rank for your main keyword, I want you to add a FAQ at the bottom of that page, answering the common questions that people ask about your service. This is important because users are not only going to spend more time on your web pages going through those questions, but it also shows to Google that you're an expert answering the top questions that people have about the service that you provide, which again is going to help you rank higher up on Google. Now we've gone through step 6, and bear with me, I know we've gone through a lot of information and it might potentially be confusing. So if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. But moving on to step 7, this is setting up a suite of Google tools that are going to help you rank higher on Google and learn how people are using your website. The platforms that I want you to set up are Google Search Console, which is the platform where you actually tell Google that your website is ready to be displayed on search engines. So if you don't set that up, you may not rank at all. And Google Analytics, which is an analytics platform that's completely free that will tell you more about how people are using your website. I'm not going to go through in this video how to specifically set those platforms up because it depends upon the website builder that you've used. But again, leave a comment below and I'm more than happy to send you over a guide for your specific circumstance. Moving on to step 8, what I want you to do is build backlinks and create citations for your business. Backlinks are essentially links from other websites to yours, and they increase something called your domain authority. Your domain authority is a score given to your website which deems how much of an authority you are in your space. The higher your domain authority, the more likely you are in order to rank for competitive keywords, such as the main service keyword that you want to rank for. And backlinks is actually one of the main things that I see people missing when they're not ranking higher up on Google. And citations are actually listing on business directories. And this is getting more and more important important, especially as services get more competitive and people are creating tons of AI content at a click of a button. Business listings are one of the things that Google is looking at in order to determine whether your business is legit or not. So if you ever can, get links from other websites and put your business on business directories, because even though some people may say they're dead, it can be a key indicator to Google that your business is legit and you should rank for the service keyword you're targeting. And finally, moving on to step 9, this is monitoring and improving over time. There's a lot of information that I've given you here, and it might take you a few days, maybe even a few weeks in order to set everything up. What I want you to make sure you're doing, set a strategy and set a plan that you're committing to stick to. This might include how many blog posts you're going to write per month, how often you're going to analyze competitors, how many Google reviews that you're going to plan on getting, which, by the way, if you ever want a hack in order to get more, print off your Google review code as a QR code and just get customers who are you in person to scan it. That is a complete cheat code. But in general, you want to make sure that you have a strategy to follow when it comes to your SEO efforts, because it can take time. And if you want to get found by target customers and generate inbound leads, you need to make sure that you have a plan of action, which is based upon the competitors that are ranking top of Google, in order to make sure over time that you slowly catch up, jump above them, and attract those inbound leads. So there you have it, guys. That is the complete 9-step process for service-based businesses to generate inbound leads on the website. I understand there's a lot of information that we've gone through, so feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I share plenty of SEO tips and break down some of those steps in further detail. And of course, if you'd rather just my expert team do it for you, then feel free to head over to the first link in the description where you can book a discovery call with myself and we can figure out whether we're a fit to work together. But of course, thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.